Hello, everyone. Welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at the City of Ember, Chapter 5, On Night Street. Now, this chapter starts off with, Lena just talking to us about the neighbor, Mrs. Murdo. She's been coming over more often. We're really becoming like a second mother around the house. She's making sure everyone eats their food. She's keeping things clean. We can say in English, she's running a tight ship, meaning if you're on a boat, the captain is being very controlled and making sure everything is right and perfect. Kind of maybe the opposite would be maybe think like a pirate ship, of the ship being a little dirty, the sailors just not doing their jobs, and things a little messy. It's like not that clean or tight of a ship. So, Mrs. Murdo, she runs a tight ship. She's keeping the house in line. And Grandma actually doesn't like it that much because, Miss Murdo says, "Oh, I'm just coming to visit." And Lena knows that Miss Murdo's probably lonely, and Lena knows that she asked Miss Murdo to help because Grandma's going crazy. But Grandma feels like Miss Murdo is kind of messing with her freedom and controlling her too much. But still, they're having a great time, and it's working out really well. So Lena goes to the market and she wants to buy some vegetables, and she's in line and she hears these two people talk about needing paint for their door. And so this one person went to some shops, she couldn't find any paint, but she went to one shop and she said the guy only had color pencils. Oh, who needs color pencils? And Lena hears this and colored pencils? She gets so excited. She hasn't seen colored pencils in years, and she only has one pencil left that's really small. Oh, wow. She could really use some colored pencils. Oh, but Grandma does need a new coat. Oh, but Grandma never goes outside. Oh, new coat for Grandma, colored pencils. Oh, colored pencils probably aren't that expensive. I can get some colored pencils and then get Grandma's coat probably too at the same time. So Lena decides she's going to go visit this place for the colored pencils. She gets the groceries, and I think it's the next day or maybe even later on that day. She grabs her sister, gives her a piggyback ride, and goes off to this shop on the other side of town where there might be some colored pencils. As she's walking around with her baby sister, they hear someone kind of screaming and saying, "Oh, the darkness is coming! The dark!" And, what's going on? And there's some people in a circle kind of around this person shouting, and, oh, it's Sage Muriel. And that's the guy that we saw before that went into the darkness, that was a little crazy. And he's just yelling about how everything is gonna go bad and how the darkness is terrible and there's no hope and we're all gonna be swallowed in darkness. And the baby is kind of like, "What's that? What's that?" And Lena's like, "Oh, don't stare. That's not polite. It's just some scared, crazy guy. Let's go." And they just keep going on. And they get it. They make it to the store. And Poppy really wants down off of Lena's back. And so Lena's, "Oh, fine, okay. I'm gonna let you down, but please be careful." So she lets Poppy down. And then the guy comes out and Lena's like, "Hey, do you have any colored pencils?" And the guy's like, "I do have colored pencils, but they're expensive and you probably don't have money." And Lena says, "I have a job, I have money." And the guy smiles. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Well, okay, let me get him." And he takes out this container. And he says, "Now these are pretty expensive, but I'll show them to you. And he shows them, and Lena can see all the colors. Oh, colors she's never seen before in her life. And she gets so excited. And then she's like, how much? And the guy's like, these are really expensive. One color pencil is $5. $5? Well, I could buy a new coat, for just a handful of color pencils. And it's like, yeah, I know, they're probably too expensive. He puts the lid back on, he tries to take them away, and he says, wait, let me look at him again. They haven't even been sharpened. A full colored pencil. Oh. One, okay, I'll buy just one. And so she goes, he's like, which color? Blue. Oh, this blue is gonna be perfect. And then she couldn't just, I'll buy two. And she reaches in and she grabs the green. And she buys 2 colored pencils. Oh, she just feels this powerful push to buy that second one. And the man with the colored pencils, he's really happy because he just made a steal. I bet Lena could have bought 2 colored pencils for $5, but she was too excited. Anyways, she looks around and says, have you seen my baby sister? Poppy? And the guy says, I haven't seen anything. Goodbye. He goes away. Not a very nice guy or very helpful. But Lena is freaking out. Poppy, where's Poppy? She goes outside the shop. Poppy, has anyone seen a little girl with a green sweater and a green hoodie? Poppy. And she's looking around, running around, and suddenly, boom, no light. Darkness. Oh, she can't feel, see anything. She hears people. Oh, ow. Bobby. She wants to say something, but it's like the darkness stole her throat. It's like the darkness has covered her eyes. She wants to take her fingers and just push away the darkness. But she knows she can't, and she's 1 minute, 2 minutes. The longest blackout was 3 minutes and 13 seconds or something. Surely this has been longer. And she starts to move. She thinks about Poppy. Poppy lost, alone in the darkness. Poppy. And she starts to go along the wall, moving slowly, feeling her way through the darkness. And suddenly, boom! The lights come back on. And, oh, Poppy, have you seen a little baby, Poppy? And people are like, oh, you should watch for your baby. Oh, shame on you. Why didn't you watch closely? Babies need to be watched closely. And finally someone says, oh, yeah, we saw baby. She's in that shop. Hey, you guys still have that baby? And someone brings out Poppy. And Lena grabs Poppy. Oh, Poppy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Poppy. And I didn't think Poppy was crying from the story, but it sounds like Poppy was probably crying too. I don't know. But then Lena looks up and she sees it was Dune. Dune is the one that rescued Poppy. And one of the old grandmas says, oh, it was Dune. Oh, good old Dune. He's such a good man. He's such a good boy. And everyone's like, yeah, Dune, he's such a nice guy. And then they say, and you should have been watching your daughter. Not daughter, your baby. And Lena's like, yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you, Dune. And then she goes back home and talks to Grandma about the blackout, puts Poppy to bed. And when she goes upstairs herself, she's looking at these colored pencils again. And she just kind of feels this really weird feeling. Because when she bought them, there was this excitement. Maybe her first purchase with her own job money. And she bought these colored pencils and they're so beautiful. And then she lost Poppy. And she felt so guilty because she'd been so focused on the colored pencils. she didn't notice when her baby sister went out. And so she has this mixed feeling of like this excitement and this guilt from her selfishness. And that is kind of how the chapter ends. Whew, all right. Vocabulary. First one is muddled. Muddled means confused. Kind of like imagine your brain in mud, okay? Working slowly and not that well controlled. That's grammar. Rifling is searching without caring about the mess. Wistfully is carefree. Lena is very wistful. She's kind of la la la, running around. Piggyback, that's when you put someone on your back, they hold your neck, and you hold their legs. We call that a piggyback. I have no idea why. Threaded. Now, if I had let's imagine this here is a piece of string, and maybe this is a needle, okay, and I can thread and I can sew something, okay, but in this case, Lena is running through people, and she's threading and turning and going through the people to get where she wants to go, and doing it very close and tight and maybe even fast. Insides gave a lurch. Okay, imagine your insides, okay, your stomach going. A lurch is kind of that feeling like in a car when you step on the brakes too fast, or a bus or whatever, and your body goes. It lurches forward. It pushes forward faster than maybe some other parts of your body. And so her stomach, it kind of lurched like. And when she saw Sage Muriel talking about all this crazy stuff in the darkness, she felt like, oh, that poor crazy guy. It also could have been when she realized Poppy was gone. Not 100% sure on that one. But anyways, when she had a bad feeling, that's what it was. Tottered is kind of like lose your balance and go back and forth. It could also be a choice, and I can't remember exactly in the story where that was used. So, sorry. Depends on which part. Take offense is to be hurt by something. It's almost like choosing to be hurt. So, example, for me, little kids all the time, they ask me, excuse me, mister, or sometimes professor, teacher, and they say like, what happened to your hair? Where did your hair go? Now, usually it's really young kids, and I don't take offense. I don't let their words hurt me, okay? I could take offense. Hey, don't say that about people's hair. You're not a very nice person, right? I could be angry about it. I can be hurt by it. But I don't take offense. And usually I just make a funny story, right? And I just share something funny. So take offense means to let yourself be hurt or to get hurt by something. Defiant, powerful, controlled. No! I don't know if you ever watched Hunger Games, but the main character in Hunger Games, I can't remember her name. Aberdeen? I don't know. But she was defiant, saying no. And whenever the government or leaders said something, now in this case it was usually bad, she would defy. She would say no against their rules or their way. Now you can be defiant in a bad way too, especially little kids. No! Hey, you need to eat your vegetables. No! I don't want to eat my vegetables. They're defying their parents. And that's a good thing, right? For them to eat their vegetables, but they still say no. So defy just means to go against what the leaders or other people say. And when Lena bought these, but she just felt confident. She felt defiant against, maybe the darkness or against sadness. That could be a good discussion question. What did she feel like she was defying? But in this case, it was a good kind of defiant. Incoherent, that means you can't understand it. So when people are in the darkness, she hears incoherent sounds. What are you saying? We can't understand it. It's incoherent. People having fear or whatever going on. Gave away like wet paper. When Lena's in the darkness and she really starts to worry about Poppy, and she stops because she's thinking, oh, what if I'm going the wrong direction? What if Poppy's that way and I'm going this way? And she feels all of her confidence go out. And her legs, okay, if you imagine a piece of paper, here we go. If it's dry, it's actually, pretty strong. But if this was wet, it would just fall down and probably even rip. So her legs gave away. Her legs gave way. Getting some more examples here. Okay, if the paper is holding and then it breaks, okay, that's gave way. So her legs, they gave way and she fell down onto the sidewalk. Poppy. And started crying. Gave way like wet paper. Discussion question here. And there's plenty we can ask in this chapter. But I'm curious if you have ever felt a powerful wanting. Oh, something you wanted to buy or something you just wanted to do. I don't know, but this feeling of, I want it. Have you ever felt like that? What was it? And did you get the thing? I want to hear all about this experience with your powerful wanting. If you haven't ever felt like that, I want to know why. I've felt like that many times. So if you have like this pure heart and you've never felt a powerful wanting, teach me your secret. Okay? So either way, I want to hear an answer to this question. Of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.